right, back again for another week of remote teaching. Not digging it. I wish my students were. I miss my students. If you're watching this, I miss you. This really sucks. I hope you are doing well. Systems of linear equations. So for my students, this is the first time they've seen, maybe in middle school, since they have seen systems of linear equations. So if we have a systems of linear equations, all of the ones I give my students are going to be two equations. And what that looks like is you get this little sideways brace, all right? That's what it's called on a keyboard, is a brace. And we're going to put two equations in there. So one of them, I'll do y equals x. And the other one, let's do y equals negative x plus 3. So this is a system of two equations, and for this, they're two linear equations, right? These are your lines, these are the ones that have your slope. So this is up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, with a y-intercept of 0. This is down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, with a y-intercept of 3. So for the first assignment that my students have with systems is I'm going to be giving them a graph of a system of two linear equations. So they're going to have two linear equations. So let me quickly sketch this out, what my students are going to be seeing. And I'll be posting lots of videos on this because this is what my students will be doing for the rest of the school year. Let's get some tick marks. We're going to say that these tick marks are going by ones because I don't want to take the time to draw them in right now. So all these are going by 1. All right, let me get two different colors going on. Let's do blue and purple. So first, I'm going to graph the first one. So up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Just reverse it. That's a little bit off. All right. Pretty straight. All right, because the y-intercept was 0, so I put my y-intercept here at 0, and it's over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, right? So my students might have to be graphing some of these on some paper so that they can figure out what the answer is. Eventually, for this first one, they're going to be given this. So now I'm going to graph this other one. Got a y-intercept of 3. So my first point's there. It's down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. So down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Ah, I did do one that didn't work out. Super pretty. Of course I did. All right, so this, let me get rid of all these little staircases that I did. This is what my students are going to see. They're going to see a graph that has two linear equations graphed on it. They're going to have to identify the solution. Now, the solution to any system of equations is the intersection point where all those equations intersect at. So the solution, the answer, would be this point right here. And don't quote me on this, because I don't, actually, yeah, I know for sure. This would be 1.5, comma 1.5. All right, remember for my students, this is an x, y coordinate. So x, this right here, 1.5, y, this right here, 1.5. That solution is 1.5, 1.5. That is the answer. The answer to this, so the solution is 1.5. Terrible. 1.5. All right. The solution is the coordinate point, the xy point, where the two lines intersect. All right, that is the solution point. That's how you graphically find the solution of a system of equations, is you look for the point of intersection where all of them meet. All right, so let's do another example. All right, I think I even those out decently. All right, so we got our system. Let's do this time, let's do y equals 1/2 x. Let's add 2 to it. So I'm actually going to come over here and graph this one first. So it's going to come up to 2, and then it goes over 2, up 1, over 2, up 1, over 2, down 1. Something is off. My scale's just off, that's the problem. Let's shift it down a little bit. Put down there, over 2, down 1. It should. Oh gosh, that's not straight. On your guys's, it'll be perfectly straight. All right. And if you're using a piece of graph paper, it should be perfectly straight. So I need something to intersect. Where do I want to intersect at? That is, actually, let's do that. Let's do y equals -3x plus 2. So it has the same y-intercept, so it needs to cross right here also. And it's going to go down 3 over 1 and reverse it. Oh my gosh. I cannot draw a straight line to save my bloody life. Usually I can. What's going on? That is so bad. So bad. All right, let's get this purple back in here. Man, that was not good. All right. So, they're intersecting there at 0, 2. So that would be the solution, because that is the intersection point. That is where they are crossing. That is the solution. That if you plug in those two numbers, they would be equal. That is the solution. So the solution is 0, 2. All right, I'm going to stop there. That's all my students have to do for their next assignment. I don't want to give them more information than they need for their next assignment. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to do this for the rest of the year. Linear systems of equations. There, all my students are getting, one more time to clarify, is they will get this. You are going to get this. To my students, you are going to get this. You have to look at the graph and pick that point and choose A, B, C, or D, which one is that point. That's what my kids have to do. All right. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that helps whoever is dealing with graphing linear systems of equations.